Today we celebrate the feast of the Holy Innocents. It's a very difficult feast because the idyllic joy and peace of Christmas with the Holy Family is broken into pieces when we remember the martyrdom of the contemporary, the baby contemporaries of Jesus. Suddenly, it's like, to use the imagery of science fiction, it's like suddenly when people leave Mother Earth with all its beauty behind and go to the unknown and they end up in space, when the external environment is hostile, there is no life there. So from the crib of the newborn Saviour, we are catapulted back to the very heart and rhythm of human history. Tyrants are after power. Often the powerful want to keep their power at any price. Power stands for not only political power, but economical power, the power of business. And life and principles can be sacrificed for this selfishness. As mentioned in the introduction, today's feast is not a total break with the spirit of Christmas, no, because the newborn Saviour is very sensitive to injustice and harm done to the innocent, to the youngest. Perhaps that's why the Church is wise to arrange the church calendar in a way that the joy of Christmas is interrupted with remembering human cruelty, the human condition, history itself. St. John's first letter, chapter 1, from verses 5 to chapter 2, verse 2, is a powerful testimony of the light surrounding God's throne and surrounding the crib, the childhood of the Holy Family. God is light. There is no darkness in Him at all. If we say that we are in union with God while we are living in darkness, we are lying because we are not living in the truth. We are not living the truth. If we say we have no sin in us, we are deceiving ourselves and refusing to admit the truth. Today's world, our very present, is marked by wars. Not only adults die, grown-up adults, whose life ending in itself is the tragedy of tragedy, but so often children are dying in bombarded areas or when there is an armed conflict. No need to mention of these wars. But on this feast, there is a need to mention that innocent suffering, potential and present, should be a categorical imperative to put an end to war and to wars, to put an end to killing. It should be an unquestionable imperative, as it is in our hearts as disciples of Christ. These innocent martyrs were forced to be faceless. They couldn't develop into a full human potential, sharing their gifts with us. Perhaps among them were those who could have offered solutions how to end conflicts, how to prevent conflicts in their generations, and they were silenced and killed. They remain faceless in a sense, but the Church remembers them, remembers their beautiful faces, which were created in the image of God, in the image of the newborn Saviour. In front of this categorical imperative, just let us open our eyes wide, and when we see next time the news, just let us contemplate and watch, observe the faces of the powerful today. Let them be presidents, head of states, governments, parties, armies, army industry, just the leading faces of the age. And let us try to discern, is their face radiant of God's light? Are their faces reflecting God's light? Or, because they opt for the service of the army industry, to keep their country's economies going through the income of the army industry, and so on, that they live in darkness? Let us scrutinize if our faces reflect this darkness, looking into the unknown, being unexpressive, just talking machines, talking machines, talking machines, talking machines.